For me, my worst moment is probably when
Manchester United. It was brilliant.
United fans must have felt when Aguero scored the 93rd minute goal.
I don't have one of those dramatic stories where you're watching a game and your mind just went blank and all the stars aligned and then you started supporting that club. For me, I started supporting Arsenal in 2004 when one of my good friends advised me to switch, and I was supporting this other club very marginally. But she was like, "Arsenal's the truth. Thierry Henry is the truth. You need to switch. You're playing the best football right now." So I decided to go with that option. Fast forward to 2008 when I started actively watching club soccer. I decided to pick up where I left off. So I'm still here.
Well, I started supporting my team, Liverpool, in 1997, based on the match that was voted the greatest match in Premier League history. Liverpool 4, Newcastle 3. Incredible game. Robbie Fowler, Stan Collymore. That was when I was thinking, what kind of team is this? I started following Liverpool from that very moment, and I've never walked alone since then. Yo.
Started supporting Manchester United in '96, and that moment started from Cantona's goal. It was a league game on TV, and he scored like audacious chip, and turned around looking at the whole stadium. I was like, wow, this confidence. Who's this guy? And yeah, that's attracted me to Manchester United.
I have always been in love, or I have always liked Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima, or the Ronaldo phenomenon, or R9. So when he moved to Barcelona in 1996-97 from PSV, I automatically fell in love with Barcelona. Though he moved on to Inter Milan a year later, my love and my fanboyism for Barcelona has remained the same ever since. It has been a little more than 20 years that I have been following and I have been a fan of Barcelona.
I think because I'm a late bloomer, I didn't really get to see some of the spectacular moments, the Invincibles, and all that good stuff. But for me, I would say my favorite moment was when we beat Manchester United 3-0 at home. I just remember the time before the match, I was very nervous, as I usually am before the matches we play against Manchester United. I was like, you know what, I wrote on Facebook, Arsenal, just do whatever you need to do. Just don't embarrass us. Do not embarrass us. And they didn't embarrass us. 3 goals, 20 minutes, killed the game. Like it was done. I loved it.
Well, the best moments probably still Istanbul. Crazy game, 3-0 down, 3 goals in 6 minutes against one of the greatest AC Milan teams of all time. Incredible, just incredible.
Best moments supporting Manchester United definitely has to be the treble winning season, specifically the Bayern game. Because the way the game went, we were supposed to lose that game by like 3 or 4 goals. We didn't play well, and it looked like we were going to lose the game. And towards the end of extra time, when we had lost hope, and we came back with 2 goals. Oof! It was going from like two different underwhelming feeling to like a feeling of like madness. Yeah, that was crazy. I almost cut my finger that day, jumping up, almost hitting the fan. I remember that game.
For me, the best moment has been the 2009 Rome UCL victory or Champions League victory. That season was a magical one. Pep Guardiola's side played some fabulous football, and many consider that side to be one of the best assembled club sides in the footballing history. So, though we have won the Champions League in 2005-6 season also against Arsenal, and again we won in 2010-11 season in Wembley against Manchester United, that 2009 victory was special one because that Manchester United side was very strong. Perhaps the season earlier they were the best side in the Europe.
Probably for me, the worst experience I've had, it's a tie between when Cesc Fabregas left and when RVP left. I feel like I was very naive. I just didn't expect them to leave the way they did. I latched onto Cesc Fabregas when I rejoined the club, so it was very heartbreaking when he left. I didn't believe he would go. Same thing with RVP. I didn't believe he would go to Manchester United. But now, I've toughened up, so now anyone can leave, and I'm used to it. It's like dirt off my shoulder. Bye, Alexis.
And the worst is probably losing in the final to AC Milan also 2 years later, because we actually played better in that match, played better than the first time when we won it in 2005. And so that's been a very fantastic European Cup to win, to beat them again. And I felt incredibly bad that day.
Worst feeling as a Manchester United fan. The one that typifies, comes very close to mind is the 2004 Champions League, second round against Porto. Oof, funny enough, it was a Mourinho team. Losing to a last minute goal by Costinha. Oof, that was heartbreaking. Because it was my birthday weekend also. I remember that. That was terrible.
The worst feeling has to be losing the league in 2006 and 7 season on the last day to Madrid on head-to-head basis. Nothing beats that feeling. It's a very bad feeling. It's comparable to what Manchester United fans must have felt when Aguero scored the 93rd minute goal and snatched the EPL title for Manchester City. It's comparable. That was the worst feeling.
Well, definitely DJ Drogba. I mean, I could have switched to Chelsea for DJ Drogba, but no, I had to be loyal. But yes, I feel like he's probably the one player I haven't seen, the one type of player I haven't seen play for Arsenal, the big, strong, fast, powerful striker. I just haven't seen that. And I feel like he would have done damage for us instead of against us. So he would have been good to see in Arsenal colors. In today's times, I would go, it's a toss up for me between Harry Kane and David De Gea. And I think David De Gea would have edged out Harry Kane.
Okay, if I had to pick one past player from our biggest rivals, it would be Cristiano Ronaldo from Manchester United. He was brilliant. He won so many games for them. It was star quality. And imagine putting him in this Liverpool team. We just strolled to the title, Well, Pep Guardiola permitting. And if I had to choose one current player from Man United to go into the Liverpool team, David De Gea. That guy is barely human. They have to test his DNA. I'm sure he has some cat DNA in there,
Rival. As much as I hate to say this, it's Gerrard. I admire him so much. For a current player, it's Kevin De Bruyne. He's a genius. Total genius.
I think I'll go with Zidane. Very, very elegant player. I don't need to mention anything about how great a player he was. Among the present player, so I think I'll go with Rafael Varane because PK is aging. He's 30 and he's slowing down. So Rafael Varane, if there is a chance to get Rafael Varane, and if I had a choice, Rafael Varane should slot easily in that RCB position, and our CB pair will be locked for many years to come.
For me, I don't want to see anyone get relegated. I think we're all no, I'm kidding. If it's one of those cups like the FA Cup that we win every other year, I think we can sacrifice one of those to see Manchester United get relegated. We need to make sure they get relegated, stay relegated, continue to tumble into like League One, Championship, whatever the order is until they tumble out of contention and sell their theater of dreams to the highest bidder. I don't hate Manchester United though.
Well, Liverpool have a lot of FA Cups, so I'll probably go for the goal to relegate Manchester United. Come on, put them down for a bit. Yeah, it's not like they've never been relegated, but it's nice to relegate them again, So, yeah, I'll go for the goal, celebrate very wildly, and then, yeah, Liverpool will still win trophies later on, so it doesn't really matter.
If it's a Carling Cup, I'd rather Liverpool relegate or City. But if it's to win Champions League, for sure, it has to be that. That's my ultimate tournament.
I think that winning the cup final. A cup, a trophy is a trophy. And relegate our biggest rivals. Madrid is never getting relegated. So, and even if there is a chance they ever get relegated, the La Liga will never be the same. So I think I can safely conclude that I shall go with scoring the winning goal in a cup final, and hope that cup final is UCL.